What is going on, Governor's Chisgule here, and today we are going to smash pass level 7. We're going to spin Ramses, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have a real good fight on our hands for some ruins. If you like KvK action with a ton of warring and some guides along the way, consider subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. This should be a good one. First things first, the level 7 pass is on the screen, and I'm told already that the folks of 210 might battle over here. I don't know, I don't see anything yet. Maybe they'll battle over here? I don't see anything yet. I guess we'll see what's going to happen over here. Ruins will be shortly after the pass, and this should be a lot of fun. And while we're waiting for action, we've got a Ramses wheel that we can spin. We've got 64 spins remaining on this wheel. So I'm pretty eager to see just how many sculptures we're going to pick up from this. Hopefully it will be solid. If not, it's all good. However, we would like to pick up a bunch more Ramses sculptures if we can swing it. Hello to the folks in the chat, and thank you all for firing up the chat before we even got here, especially due to the last-minute nature of this stream. I wasn't sure if I wanted to live stream this. Then I was like, you know what? Gosh darn it, let's fire up the darn stream. And so here we are. Earlier today, we released a guide evaluating when a legendary commander is better than an expertise epic. We looked at literally every legendary in the game to do that evaluation. You can check that video out later after this live stream if you're interested in that. And I mention that in part because that was one of my most asked questions during live streams. It's like, is this, legendary at whatever skill levels better than an epic? And I was like, well, let's make a video out of that. So here we are. Chad is very interested in having Persia be a civilization in Rise of Kingdoms. All right, very cool. We'll see. We'll see what we end up with. I hope there's new civilizations coming. I hope that there are new epic commanders coming. But who knows? Who knows? Groggy, good to see you. Baron says, glad you're streaming now. I was running out of rock videos to watch today. That's amazing. You got to get your daily dose. And I'm tempted to put a marker up here. I'm pretty sure, 210's gotta know, right? Yeah, they're over here by their pass too. They got some folks over here. So I don't really want to fight in here. I think that's a waste of energy. We got other places to fight. You forgot to compare Scipio to the leadership and conquering. Dude, I don't know. The leadership commanders, I'm not a huge fan. Like, you can use them, but, like, maybe. I don't know. They're so much better at, like, 5-5-1-1 that, like, by the time that happens, I don't know. Am I a human? Yes, I am a human, chat. I am a human. Persia is the Ottoman Empire? Wait, is that a thing? Now I am really embarrassed about history, and everybody else gets to go Google it. Is that what that is? No? Maybe? I hope they add ancient Greece as a civilization. Well, we have Rome. We do have Rome. Vitamin Rock from Chisgule. That's funny, Silverback. Kill count. Oh, baby. What's the kill count? Good call. All right, so we'll look at the kill count before the stream. We are at 10.69 million, all right? Should be an easy number to remember. There's our kills right up over here. All right, please ask Rise of Kingdoms to bring, I can't pronounce that, from Saudi Arabia. Interesting. I don't know who that is. Hey, what kind of troops are in the pass? Should be cavalry. I'm told it's cavalry. We, of course, can scout it literally right now, and the rally should be set any second on the pass. There it is, Abe with the rally. And the rally is full. Hope you didn't blink, because that rally is cooking up real hot. And here come all the cavalry to fill out the rally. So in 3 minutes and 43 seconds, the action will begin on the pass. Level 7, baby. You arrived just in time for the good stuff. Just in time for the good stuff. Our scout's on the way. We'll see what we got cooking up in here. And the scout is in. What's the scout's report say? Level 7 pass. It's archers. It's archers and we want to rally with cavalry. I misunderstood. It's all archers, which is why you rally with cavalry. That makes sense. That makes so much more sense. The first skill deals massive damage. The second skill reduces the rage to use the next skill. Wow, so this commander is going to get out of hand. And the next one, normal attacks have a 10% chance to heal 1%. Last but not least, fighting chance every 300 seconds. Wow, their attack is increased by a lot. So if this fight goes too long, we are done ski. Daniel Newland, thank you for the $2 super chat. Hey, Chisgule, top KvK Season 2 rally and garrison pairs. You know, that is a really interesting question. And I'll tell you that in my Season 2 of Kingdom vs. Kingdom, Alexander the Great primary and Charles Martel secondary was just gangbuster. The shielding was so good that it just made it so that you prevented a lot of your troops from dying. And the rally was very, very hard to swarm because it would gain a lot of rage if you did. And it had a lot of counterattack, which is very powerful. So I would make the argument, unless that's changed, that Alexander the Great and Charles Martel was a very, very good rally pair. Now, a garrison pair is a very interesting and tricky question. I don't have the answer to that one as cleanly. I would like to think that, like, Constantine and Wu Zetian, if you have a Wu Zetian, you shouldn't, but if somebody's migrated and they do, then that's going to be really good. I also think that Constantine and Charles Martel could be really, really good too. What's the most tanky, epic pair? Going to be Sun Tzu and Scipio as your most tanky, epic pair. Brendan, what's going on, dude? Good to see you from NL in the kingdom. That's right, K75 in the house. Oh, interesting. Umayyad Caliphate, the person that was referenced earlier that I tried to not pronounce, but I just tried it anyways, is in the description of Richard the Lionheart. Huh. Gecko Gaming, good to see you here, my friend. Hope you're doing well. For those of you that don't know, Gecko Gaming also has a YouTube channel. After you watch this live stream, you should go check out his channel for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. Good to see you here with his hands in the air, hanging out, waving around like he doesn't care. I don't know, if I just practice rhyming and like low-key dropping beats every now and then, eventually I'll get good at it and it's just going to get really cool. But I'm going to suck initially, and anything worth getting good at is worth sucking at until you're good, so we're just going to keep doing that, and maybe eventually it will be legit. I'm doing well, Foxman. Good to see you in the chat as well. Sun Tzu and Scipio are really solid free to play. I mean, they're certainly tanky. They're certainly tanky. And on the topic of tanky, we should be seeing this rally on its way in. It is marching from the city. Here we go. The cavalry are on their way, baby. Now, somebody filled the rally with 30,000 troops, which I appreciate topping off the rally, but I think you're better off topping it off with like a full march rather than trying to, you know, put like a 30,000 march in there, but whatever. We'll have our troops real close to the rally here. We've got our high DPS combo in, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully everybody brought their cavalry. It will be a little embarrassing if somebody like tries to put some infantry or archers into the rally. That'd be awkward, but there's a clean answer for that. You just kick them out and you're good to go. Gecko is bored AF. He's hunting barbs. Good to know. Negan's working on that pass. There we go. Backed out. Nice. The rally's looking pretty topped up over here. We just hang out, do work on this thing. It's a race to the finish right now. We'll see which kingdom finishes their pass first. Hard to say. I'm watching this, not all the other kingdoms. We'll see what the other kingdoms are up to in just a moment. Chisgule, which one is the better pair for Guan? Alex maxed out? I would say definitely Alex maxed out. Alex Guan with a Guan primary, it's magnificent. It's magnificent. 10 out of 10 would recommend. You're going to see me swing that thing around later today. If there is battling at the ruins, it doesn't make sense to fight at the ruins today. Like, the day that makes sense to fight at the ruins is literally like after reset, because then it's Mighty Governor kill points. You know, that's the time that really kind of makes sense. So we're looking to join this rally. So far, not able to. Good news, the whale is now the scientist. I don't think the whale is actually a whale, but I should go look at their account and see if they actually are. That's funny. Naming yourself the whale. A bold choice as we throw some emojis. Emojis all around. Cheers to that. It's like popcorn. They just sort of fire off. What's a better pairing with Dragon Lancer? I mean, if you're talking about like early game Mighty Governor Farmer killing, you're going to use your Lance a lot. I use Dragon Lancer primary, Lancelot secondary to kind of run around and get runes. That's a thing. Even though I've got faster commanders, I still use those. We're looking to get into this rally if we can. Ooh, somebody captured a level 7 pass already. Bummer I didn't see who it was. As we're seconds away from knocking this thing out. Here we go. Pass is down. Pass is down. Smash Squad Wolves have seized the level 7 pass. So who beat us to a level 7 pass capture? Who beat us? Might have been these guys. Mofos took the pass level 6. Okay, that's unrelated. Let's keep getting a look around the map here. That pass was taken. These passes not taken yet, which is kind of interesting. Let's get a peek here. Ooh, let's peek in. Mr. Good Sport themselves right over here. That's some quality sportsmanship over here. All right, nice name. I see you. And looks like they didn't beat us. Let's keep looking around the map here. This is actually up. Looks like our allies have taken the pass. Boy, you're going to throw shade with the name, but then lose the pass race. Embarrassing for you. Okay, so now we'll get a look around the map here. And our allies have not started this one yet, or they failed, but probably haven't started. They might be switching people around between alliances. Although I'm honestly a little surprised they didn't just start. And they haven't started over here. So both of these kingdoms sent each other a memo, and they were like, please wait the appointed time to have our duel for who can finish the pass first. Okay, so continuing onward. Absurd name. Dude, this, by the way, 3 seasons of KvK, I remember 0 people changing their name in a way that is offensive. These kingdoms, multiple people. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. And it looks like 96 is busting into the zone, and they want a tango. Now, I dig it, but this Altar of Darkness is not going to open for a long time. And if we just get a look over here, these guys took their pass. My goodness, are they going to give us a show? Are they going to give us a show? I don't know why, but I'll watch. I'll definitely watch. I will definitely watch. We're going to put a pin in this part of the map and come back to watch that show. If it happens, when it happens, stop it, go to regular ruins. This is like, one of those scenes where you follow the breadcrumbs. Why are you still walking this way? There's no reason to fight here. All right, let's send our troops home. And, I just hit attack. I don't even know what I'm attacking. Okay, I retreated them. Weird. Okay, we're going to send those home. And, looks like those guys over here took the pass. Okay, cool. All Are they going to give us a show? I would assume not. Like, there's not really a reason to fight. Not really. There's a few folks running around. People changing their name like that means you're doing a good job and they're jealous. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know why you would put a target on yourself in a game mode like Canyon, right? Like, why would you basically say hit me in a game mode like Canyon? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If we just get a look up over here, our allies are present. They're here. They're hanging out. They're hanging out. These guys are staring each other down. I mean, that's kind of fun. I dig it. Which legendary commander, in your opinion, is the worst? Probably Barca or Charlemagne? Barca or Charlemagne is probably the worst legendary commander. What kingdom are we in? 75. XP Killer had the answer to that question lined right up. Anyone want to do like goals again? Oh God. So we already ate dinner. We literally crammed some food. We crammed food right before the live stream because I was like, I want a live stream, I think. I just sort of decided spur of the moment I was going to do it. And yeah, I've never eaten so fast in my life. But if you were wondering what we had for dinner, it was peanut chicken. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, while we wait to see if we've got somebody to fight or not, is go in and spin the Ramses wheel, build up the hype. And while I do that, I do want to keep focused on this part of the battlefield in case we are given a little bit of a show over here. Again, I don't think it's necessarily there's any reason to fight over this part of the battlefield, but I certainly will watch if these folks do decide to battle. I think, it's good old-fashioned stare down will be fine. Good old-fashioned stare down, and now we spin the wheel. All right, now we spin the wheel. 700 likes, and you show us your iPad? You mean just like flash it up in front of the camera? I will happily do that. P.S. If you are enjoying this video, consider dropping a like on the video. Costs you nothing, supports the channel, is incredibly helpful, and I appreciate it very much. And consider subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We're on our road to Kingsland. The most intense PvP, player versus player combat, you're going to find happens in Kingsland. And that's just not unique to our kingdom versus kingdom. It's in every kingdom versus kingdom. Well, I guess every Light and Darkness kingdom versus kingdom. But we will be streaming and filming and all the good stuff. It's going to be here. You're not going to want to miss it. Gecko disagrees on the Barca assessment. He was good early game if you're a whale, but late game, I mean, he literally sits on my bench constantly, does nothing. All right, spinning the wheel, 400 gems, looking for Ramses, but getting building speed ups instead. Is this an omen? Are we cursed? Or are we blessed? We'll only know after we've spun the wheel, and that's not how randomness works. It's neither cursing nor blessings, but we'll spin anyways. But I'll be counting my blessings if we get lots of Ramses sculptures, because we're not getting special tier rewards. We already picked up 100 of those. But this spin, if every spin was like this, it would be the dream. The Universal Legendary Commander sculptures are actually better than the Ramses sculptures because, I mean, like, I can put them anywhere, right? So this spin was basically living the dream. Question, please. 1 month left for KvK 1. For infantry main, should I pair Richard with Charles Martel, 5212, or Sun Tzu with expertise? It's honestly about even. You could use either. If you want to have, like, AoE damage in the field, then use your Sun Tzu. If you want to be more tanky, then use your Charles Martel. Easy, easy, easy. Spin it. Here we go. Looking for the good stuff. 2 gold stars. I will take Ramses sculpture. Dude, these spins, I was going to say, are really good. And then I got research speed ups. So I'm going to... No, okay. We pulled a good one here. We pulled a good one. Dan says, I never have wasted legendary sculptures more than when I put some into Charlemagne. Ooh, that's awkward. That's awkward. I mean, the second skill on Charlemagne's really good. Chance to proc a shield when your hit is very good. But, yeah. Any word on new tech to research? No word. No word. Dipto Islam, hello from 115. Hello to you, and thank you for being here. Banana Man, well, we gotta answer this question. Banana Man asks, Esong and Ramses, which one should I use as the primary? Probably Esong for the skill tree, I would assume. Esong for the skill tree seems like a pretty good pick for like open field goody-goody. But yeah, I could see also Ramses being good for the attack tree. I don't think you have a bad choice exactly. I don't think you have a bad choice here. But that's the choice. Skill tree or attack tree. That's what you're choosing between. My day 3 spins were looking dismal, and then I hit a double 8 and a single 1 spin. Wow, 17 heads. Groggy, always slaying it in the wheel. This spin, if I had every spin look like this, I mean, this is kind of living the dream. Low-key living the dream. Ramedy Ram, primary or secondary with Esong. So I sort of just answered that. I think that Esong makes for a really good primary. I think you would prefer the skill tree, but I think you would prefer the skill tree. Because you want Ramses' skills to fire off more frequently, so you apply that healing debuff more frequently. So I feel pretty good about using Esong primary to get the skill tree to fire off more frequently. Let's keep these spins rolling. Bjorn says, Groggy, you're so lucky. Maz says, I'm trying to go from 40 to 41 million power T4. How much power are you at? We're at our highest power ever, 145.5 mil. And this spin was real good. Real good. Ramedy Ram is the anti-Richard. I agree. Aso, I agree. I'm 20 million power. Nice, Bjorn. DeBoss says, do you have any updates early? I don't have most of the new commanders that are here in my rock. I do have some guides for the early game, and even the guide I released today talks about all the early game commanders. All right, let's keep these spins rolling here. I don't want Richard, which is on the wheel. I only need speed ups. Okay, so gamers gaming, my advice to you is instead of using your gems in the VIP shop for speed ups, to use them on the wheel for a commander you like, and you'll get some speed ups there too. The value is much better on the wheel than it is in the VIP shop, even though the VIP shop value is very good. And I'll tell you, you should really unlock your Richard the First, even if you're saying you don't want it or need it now. You'll wish you had it later. All right, 3 Ramedy Rams out of the deal seems pretty good for me. We're going to keep this spinning here. For garrison commanders, we use commanders that have a lot of attack or defense. I don't know. People seem to think that health is the OP stat, but I don't know that I've seen like reports that definitively can prove it, and that's in part because it would be really complicated to generate that style of report. Elvin, thank you for the positive feedback. Much appreciated as always. MD says, your Ramses, please. We certainly will show our Ramses at the conclusion of these spins, and we're halfway there. Whoa. Living on a prayer, which I really hope won't be our situation in Kingsland. Oh, jeez. Martel Sun 2 in the open field. I know, I cringe at myself over that one. Martu Sun 2 in the open field. Battle for the Altar of Darkness. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Research and building speed ups here. I'm going to give this a definite yikes. A little bit of ouch. A little bit of ouch. Is there any possibility of T3 beating T4? Seems pretty unlikely. Seems pretty unlikely. Dude, you know, in New Kingdoms, how many days after the unlock Edward of Woodstock? Okay, so Eric, in one of my recent videos, I showed a chart for when every legendary commander enters into the game. You're going to want to check that out. It wasn't my last video, but I think it was the one before it. It's also on my Discord, which is linked in the description of every one of my videos. Feel free to join, and pin to one of the commander-related channels, you'll find the release date of every commander into Rise of Kingdoms. That graphic put together by Stormy. Much appreciated, Stormy. Salute to you for putting together those sweet infographics used now with permission. Thank you again for that. I'm stuck on Expedition 78, T4, and Epics. Ooh, Expedition's a fun one. We do have some Expedition videos. Expedition, I mean, like, optimally you're doing it when you've recently used an army expansion for something else, and a nice buffs on the map for damage or health or attack. I guess I already said damage. So anyways, you know what I meant: defense, attack, or health. Get a rune, have a army expansion going, scout a city, like do all those things that make it so you can get every little bit of edge you can in an expedition. Just if someone said in your kingdom to share your commander and build, which you want to keep a secret, would you tell them? Okay, so which commander would I want to keep a secret? So for a time, my Attila rally build was kind of a secret. And I think it wasn't rocket science, but, people kind of figured out that, a lot of people were doing builds with rally and cry. And I thought that was really not optimal because, you don't care about the first 10 seconds of the battle, really. I mean, like, the battle's going to be like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And people were going for the emblazoned shield skill damage reduction, but, like, I'm sorry, were you getting hit with skill attacks by a garrison? Charles Martel, Constantine, Richard I, they're not doing skill attacks. So do you need this? Emblazoned shield, conveniently blocked by somebody taking a level 7 pass, right? Like, reduces skill damage taken? Not all that important. So I created a build that just was maximum stats and maximum damage. And some of these points are a little bit debatable, like maybe I should be an unyielding. I actually think that I've played around with it and without it, and I kind of, mess around to see which one I think is better, but this was the build that for a time I wouldn't have shown to anybody. Now I'm not really so concerned about it, in part because I don't know if that flavor is actually the most optimal, and also in part, do we have action here? Interesting. I mean, they might want to give us a show. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Do you spend all the gems on Richard or just get him? You could go either way, but definitely get him, at least. At least get him. And we do have some first blood on the map. Somebody outside of an alliance getting hit here. And a little bit of posturing from our ZN258 strutting their stuff, flashing the feathers. Nothing to actual fight here. Nothing to actually fight over. Just, fighting because they like to fight. I'm on my way to T4. I'm a cavalry-oriented player. You should be on your way to T4. Do I need max attack or defense or health formation research? Nope, you do not need to max them. You do not need to max them, so no worries there. Do not try to max your initial tech for, like combat tactics and herbal medicine and one other one. You will want to work on those because they're good, but don't work on them too much because they're just an absurd amount of speed ups for what you get. And in the early game, take them up a couple levels, but not too many. All right, we're going to... I want to see if they break out in song over there, but we'll just spin the wheel another time while we wait to see how that evolves. We already got a Ramedy Ram off the top there, which is pretty solid. And we got a second Ramedy Ram and some gold and more gold. I'll take it. I will take it. Gold is the resource we need. Gold is the resource, hopefully, I dare say we deserve. Can we have a fight in the same kingdom? We don't really fight with our own kingdom. Lot of stuff in the chat. Please mind spam. If you spam the chat, you are going to get put in timeout, which means I'm definitely not going to get to your question because it'll be blocked. 3 levels is enough, says Darklight. Zenith says he will have Constantine at 5511. Is it super good? I really like Constantine at 5511. My Constantine is at 5511. And I want to say that it was nothing short of transformative for my Canyon team. Giving the entire team 10% damage reduction is just massive on that first skill. So good. So good. Someone saying they use their golden heads to max Cao Cao. Yikes. That's the advice I try to sing to the high heavens that I guess sing into the microphone so that you all hear it. Look, I really don't think you should use your universals on gold key commanders. It's not that the gold key commanders aren't good. It's not that you shouldn't do that at some point. But while you still live in a world in which you have a Max Gisong, you have a Max Richard, there's plenty of commanders that you can go and work on that are going to give you tremendous value and not eat into the effectiveness of your gold keys later on, which I think is really important. As we see, perhaps the tides smashing into each other, the front line crashing, shield to shield, sword to sword, RZ battling into 258. Name of this one player, Ramesses, standing out for me in part because this is probably about to get really messy in this part of the battlefield. I think they're just fighting for funsies, and I can get behind that. I definitely can get behind that. Can Isong as a second? He hits 5 armies when expertise. Isong's great. Legacy 89, good to see you. Thank you for being a member. Hi, Chisgule, is buy bars and Sun Tzu good in the open field? KvK Season 1? Yes, it would be. Yes, it would be. My recommendation to you would be a buy bars primary for the cavalry talent. You're going to want to run cav with that march. And you're going to do boatloads of AoE and generate a lot of rage and then do more AoE. That seems really good to me. Chisgule, I have an Alex in 5100 and Constantine 1000. I'm concerned who I will bring to the ruins. Bring to the ruins. I mean, neither of those really are ready yet. You really want to take both of those commanders to 5511. And all you need is like one of them to be 5511, and you use that one. Here, the open field combat is fully unfolding. RZ battling into 258. 258 rocking the charge battle cry here, as it looks like RZ is getting a lot of heat. A lot of heat from 258. Maz Alvi got lots of SS and speed ups. I'm saving them for who knows what. So Gladiator 91000. The thing that you're saving your resources for is War and T5. T5 are a ridiculous amount of resources to heal up. It's just astonishing, the amount of resources. I mean, like, between training some new T5 and field fighting, I want to say, and a lot went into training, so don't get me wrong. But between trading like 20 million power, which is 2 million T5, and doing all this field fighting, I've used 3 billion resources. I want to say like 3 billion resources. And the great news is that we gather so darn well and have done that for so darn long that it's not even... It's just like a fraction of what's in the storehouse, baby. And I don't mean the literal storehouse up top over here. I mean, well, as I flash some of my wood on the screen, we got a lot of resources saved up. We'll just say it like that. We'll just say it like that. As this fight unfolds, it looks like 258 has the numbers here to make this pretty tricky for 96. And some of these folks kind of caught stranded and out of position, which is less than optimal for them. It'll be really interesting to see if Kingsland, a situation where you can bring 5 marches, benefits one side more than the other. I don't know how that's going to unfold. I suspect that some of the players that you see fighting on behalf of 96 have a lot of commander depth in their rosters. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I like how Chis always reads my stuff when I type it to you. That's interesting. Is that a thing that I do? Sudiptu. Oh my gosh, did I pronounce that correctly? Sudiptu Mukherjee. Thank you for your donation. Do you have any plans to update your ROK toolkit or add some more features? We will release a commander tier list, probably not in the too distant future. That's a thing we need to do. I recognize I haven't done that in a while. We're pretty absorbed right now with KvK goodness, and I feel like our long-form beginner's guides have been pretty helpful. If you've enjoyed the long-form beginner guides that we've been creating recently, certainly let me know in the comments or in the chat, and consider dropping a like on the video as your way of giving me a thumbs up for those long form videos. And also, if you wouldn't mind considering subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos, I'd appreciate it. This is going, well, I don't know. Somebody do a count of the types of commanders that we see here. I can tell you if this were like a poll and this was like people voting for what's most popular, I will say we see an overwhelming amount of Richard I. I want to say that the next most we see is like some Khans and some Martells. There's a couple archers floating around here, but not a ton. Honestly, not a ton. And some cavalry, a few Khans, a few Saladins. But for the most part, I mean, we're looking at infantry all over the place. By the way, it's not a coincidence that in my guides, I highly recommend infantry for free-to-play players. And I think infantry is a really good invest in Rise of Kingdoms in 2020. Looks like folks are already making their way to the ruins. Let's get a march over there. We'll send something speedy-ish, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to send something speedy. We'll just go speedy. Bada boom. There we go. T4 should be fine. Unless they contest it, and I'll teleport over and fight if we need to fight. But honestly, like, I don't think it actually makes sense for them to contest ruins now. Like I said, I think if they're going to use resources to contest, I think the time to do it is going to be, like, right after reset. And, like, by that point, I don't think we're going to be here anymore. Like, well, I think the ruins will be over. That's what I mean by that. I think at that point, the ruins will already be over. Now, if I just zoom way out and get a look at the big picture, we go back in on our 96RZ cam, get a quick look over here, and they are getting pretty well pushed back to their pass. So a noble effort here fighting in the field. However, they are pushed back. Chisgule, I'm kind of new to ROK, but should I put first for an archer march, Herman or Boudica? Definitely Herman if you want to run archers. Herman should be the primary for that operation, in part because he's got the archer tree. Let's go back. Well, I mean, I want to watch this fighting for just a little bit longer while there is fighting to watch. And then we'll go back and spin Ramses again, and then we'll show you how many sculptures we got. Why free-to-play for infantry? Okay, so the short summary, and hopefully this is kind of like an advertisement for some of my other videos where you can go watch in long form why this is the case. But the short summary of why infantry is that Richard I, even as a 5-1-1-1, is amazing. Even Alexander the Great, who I beg of you to max the first few skills before proceeding, is good as a 5-1-1-1. You could do it, and he's good. But I beg of you to max the first two. You will really regret doing any other way. And your Constantine as a 5-5-1-1 is going to be bananas too. And so infantry seems to be really good for a free-to-play. So you could end up with two really good marches here. You could have Constantine primary with either Sun Tzu secondary or an Alexander the Great secondary. And I probably would prefer the Alexander the Great. I think I would. Okay, let me revise my statement. You end up with Constantine with Alexander the Great, and then Richard with Sun Tzu. And you have two really good marches. The only thing that you're going to struggle with a little bit is your march speed. So you have to play really smart, otherwise you're going to get outmaneuvered on the field and just be stuck kind of dead in the water. That's the downside, is you're getting kind of maximum punch and effectiveness, but you have to play smarter with those marches or you're in trouble. Mark says, hey Chisgule, my first time in your chat, #stalker. Can we see all your Attila builds, please? Love your content. Stay safe. Thank you for that feedback. We can get a look at Attila. We'll add it to the list of things to do. Right now, that list is watch the fighting, go to do Ramses, look at our Ramses a little bit and see what we sort of landed on for skills. And then we can go look at some builds. Whew, Chisgule, I have a max E-Song. Is 5500 Alex better than 5500 Constantine? I know that I can't make E-Song as a primary because it'll be targeted instantly in the ruins. So they're both really good, right? And I cover this in a lot of my videos, especially the one advising on the exact path for legendaries that I think everybody should take in Rise of Kingdoms. But I'll say that Alexander the Great's good in the field. Constantine is good in the garrison. The thing is that, especially as a free-to-play player, I don't want to mislead you into thinking that you should take rallies. You shouldn't. And in that regard, Alexander the Great is a solid pick because he's for the field. But I do like Constantine because he's good in the field and in your garrison. So, I don't know, it's kind of up to you. What I'll say of Constantine and Alex is that if you know you're going to level one of them up a lot, that Constantine makes for a really good primary because of the support tree. So for that reason, I really like Constantine as a primary. Might be a better commander to invest in if you're going to take advantage of having yet another commander that can just machine gun out the skills. And it does look like folks are getting pushed back toward the pass here, having to fight on their own territory, which does bestow some pretty substantial advantages, like 20% attack, a little bit of march speed. And I am pretty sure that this territory underneath the pass, since the pass belongs to 96, does qualify as territory, just like a flag or a fort or even a holy site would. On what day in the kingdom does KvK2 appear? I want to say like 175 days. Like 175 days of age. When will I open my gold keys in a live stream? Probably pretty soon. Probably pretty soon. You know, there's nothing in the gold keys that I really need to wage war. Like, I guess there's a small amount of speed ups. I guess there's a small amount of experience gems. I don't need those. Hey, Chis, which secondary commander to Sun Tzu primary, Olgi or Osman? They're both good. Olgi's going to be more tanky. Osman's going to be higher damage, but a little bit of a glass cannon, so take your pick. Do you want tankiness? Go Olgi. You want damage? Go Osman. I want to pair Guan and Charlemagne. I think Guan Charlemagne is cute, but I don't know that it's good. So you could pair Guan and Charlemagne because the shields on the Charlemagne triggers the expertise on the Guan. I mean, like, if you have them, I'd be eager to see some reports, but, like, you must be a mega whale. In which case, yeah, go for it. Show us what it looks like. But that's certainly not an investment I would make, nor would I honestly advise. But I'd love to see the reports if you throw those together. If Sun Tzu was on the wall, who is the best secondary with Richard in the open field? Season 1 of KvK. So, if Richard's in the field and, you know, your Martel and some of these other legendaries are not well built out yet, I like Kusunoki if you think you're going to get swarmed, Pelagius if you think you're going to get rallied. Hey, Chisgule, enjoying my first live stream. P.S. You missed my super chat earlier. What? Hold the phone. Did I miss? I did. Gareth Rowlands, thank you for the $5 Australian super chat as I bump my standing desk. H's first time I've managed to catch you live. Love your videos. Keep up the good work. Much appreciated. Thank you for that super chat. And glad that you mentioned that. I am watching. I got your back, and thank you for having mine. Whew. My kingdom is 176 days, and it hasn't opened yet. Well, Nuno, it could be soon. My restart project's like 200 days old. And we're in like already very far into KvK Season 2. So I would expect you should get a, KvK pop anytime. I don't know the exact date, so don't quote me on it, but that sounds about right. In fact, if you look in my videos, you can see exactly when our KvK Season 2 popped. It was at the exact same time as Season 4 popped for our main. So if you just travel back in time, you can see when that is. And you should get Eve of the Crusade roughly at that number of days. Thank you, Kami, for the positive feedback. Charles, defense, city tree. I can show my Charles. We're just kind of watching this combat unfold here. There is some advantage to 96 fighting by their own pass because they can send their armies back out very, very quickly. I'd be curious how these reports are going. It does look like some of these folks like clearly lagging out and getting into a little bit of trouble here. Yikes. Darklight, watch Chis's latest video. Y'all, my latest videos, we really dug deep to bring you very detailed, very thoughtful explanations of the exact logic we would use for investing in legendary commanders, going from 30 million power to your first T5, going from 5 to 30 million power. I mean, like the whole 9 yards. Those should be linked in the description. Most of those are contained in my ultimate playlist, which is, again, in the description of this video. I would highly recommend that. I'd be curious to hear, chat, if you're learning anything watching this open field fighting take place with 96RZ and the folks of 258 Squiggly. I don't actually know the name of their alliance, but 258 Squiggly is their short name. Bad Bones 360 finally caught me live. You sure did. Boudica and Osman, or Osman and Joan of Arc. If you're being a supporting pal to your alliance members, Boudica Joan of Arc is the way to go. Life fails. And that is their name. I'm not making fun of them. That's their name. Constantine Esong. Any good? I think it will be great in the open field, Miller. I think it will be great. They're not going to move very fast, though, is the downside. They're going to be really slow. So you just got to be careful with that. Hi, Chisgule. Your Sunset lineup made my team top 1 in Sunset for a couple of weeks now. I'm beating Wales a lot. Please continue giving us advice in Sunset. I am really glad to hear that that's the case. I'm glad to hear that that's the case. You know, I like to, drop some wisdom around Sunset Canyon every now and then, and like why we've done the defense and talk about some of the little things, like you put your E-Song up over here because on defense it angles down, even though on offense it angles up. So if you want to hit all 4 targets, you put it over there. Stuff like that. I appreciate it. We drop a lot of those tips frequently in live streams. We have done some Canyon videos, but shucks, now I'm looking at my city. Let's go back to the goody good, which first actually, I'm going to want to see what's over here. Nothing. Okay. Cool. Very cool. And I want to see what's over here. Do we have a fight on our hands? No. What? I don't know. We got a solo hero. A solo hero running around. I think a part of the reason that they're not contesting, because I'll say this of 210, they are definitely fighters. They are definitely interested in battling, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense. They they want to fight for pride, and I appreciate that. And I got a lot of respect for the way that they fight, and the way that they've been improving recently is very impressive. But one thing that my alliance member pointed out that I think is really significant, and it's kind of hard to see that looking at the map. Just looking at the map, it's very hard to see this. But the way that they flagged and built their forts has created a situation where if they want to leave this zone and battle up over here, they have to teleport, I think. Like, the way they did it makes it very challenging for them to actually get around. And I'll tell you, sharing a pass is a real pain in the butt. Sometimes, no, there's really no situation where I would rather force people to teleport rather than share a pass. The pass sharing is definitely the way to go. It's a pain in the butt, but yeah. Flag carefully, people. Flag carefully. This KvK has been very fun. Easy work. I agree. This KvK has been really fun already. I know a lot of people are kind of haters on the light and dark format, but I have to say, I really do feel like light and dark KvK format. What's going on here? Wow. 96RZ really kind of battling in, and 258. I'm inclined to believe that they're just sort of making a strategic retreat. I do not think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were just fighting so far away from where their reinforcements could arrive that even though I think they had more people there, they were sort of worn out over time. I don't know. Hard to say. But RZ, kudos to you for not backing down. And also to 258. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. That's why we can't blink, chat. I'm not allowed to blink for the entirety of the remainder of Kingdom versus Kingdom. Literal, no blinking, or you're going to miss it. Speaking of missing it, consider subscribing so that you don't miss a thing. We're going to cover the heck out of this Kingdom versus Kingdom. You're going to see all the action, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So consider subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We're like a week or less away from Kingsland fighting, which is the most exciting fighting you'll find in Rise of Kingdoms. So again, consider that subscription so you don't miss the good stuff. I'm looking forward to fighting with you very soon in 115 EXG. Yes, indeed, there will be some crazy fighting real soon. Hey, Chisgule, what civilization should I pick up for an archer player? Good news, there's an easy answer for you, and that is the Ottoman civilization for the 5% march speed and skill damage. Really, really solid. The archer special unit is great if you're going archers anyways. 10 out of 10. That's the pick. I blinked. I know. I lasted all of like 30 seconds. Lag was so bad on my brand new device when taking the Crusader fort today. I could barely reinforce the rally. Yikes. Sounds like there were a lot of people there. I don't have exactly a clean answer for it. I can tell you that like on my iPad Pro, the newest one, with like an unbelievable amount of memory, it works really well. But like, yeah, I don't know. Lag is definitely a thing. I don't know what the answer is to that. I don't know how the heck Kingsland is going to work. I mean, it's just going to be crazy. Shadow Legion, we've already done. We already did Shadow Legion last night. I debated streaming it, but I decided against it because I was like, I don't know. We've done a lot of Shadow Legion already. Do people want to see that? Maybe people would have. Maybe people would have. But we got our Ramses spins today, and we've got a few more to do. What's the best civ for cavalry? I mean, I really like Germany. For training speed, it's great. For action point recovery, it's really good for KvK to get honor. I'm a big fan of Germany once you're in, like, kind of the mid to end game. Early game, if you need experience onto your commanders, I think Spain is really good. The experience gain is great. The resource production is very good. I'm a fan. I'm certainly a fan. Infantry for late game. Is Rome the way to go, or should I stay with Japan? I think so. March speed and infantry stats is really good. You'll miss your gathering speed a little bit, but if you're optimizing for combat, think about it this way. If the 5% march speed gets you out of one savage fight where you would have gotten beaten down, how many resources are you saving? Right? How many resources do you save? So yeah, you don't gather as fast, but you mitigate resource cost by going faster. And it's not like 5% is going to be that life-changing. So I don't want to oversell that, but that's the way I would think about that anyways. And you still get like 10% of gathering speed. Is it weird that for food from Rome, is it weird that I know all this off the top of my head? Hulk, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. We got a certified Avenger in the chat. The actual Hulk, the original Hulk in the chat. Lewis C, thank you for the $2 super chat. Question at, oh gosh, a timestamp. There's no timestamps in my chat. 2:53 read my question. Oh no. Lewis C, I'm going to look for it, but I could use some help from chat around what Lewis C's question was. Son of a gun. I'm scrolling up to try to find it. Maybe chat can help me out and bring that question to the surface. Oh boy. Stop asking question, please. Let's seal some wheels and fight commenting. Well, these folks are just kind of lined up. There's not a lot to see right now. I mean, I don't know. I guess we could do... I guess they're sort of just posturing. So while they're doing that, I could rock a few more spins on Ramity Ram. New to the game, have Richard on the wheel. Got him first try. Should I spin the wheel again? Super low spender. So the video you need to watch, DX Frex, is the video that I did like today and yesterday. And it's like when legendaries are better than epics. And I think we did one, I don't know, my ultimate guide playlist. The link's in the description. That's what you need. All the good stuff's in there. And you know, it gives you a very detailed answer to that question. Short answer is that Richard's very good. At least have him unlocked. Hey, Chisgule, I'm a big fan from Lebanon. I watched most of your videos, took your advice. Been playing on a new account for 68 days. 7.2 million power. Spent around 350. Seems like you're doing all right. Seems like you're doing quite well. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. That sounds like you're making good progress. I mean, if you want to kind of baseline for when I didn't really know anything about the game, watch my really old videos of when I like unlocked T4 and all that stuff, and you can see how much power I had. All right. Easy work says, hey, Chisgule, my Charles is 5'5". Ah, okay. Easy work hooked me up with the Lewis C question. My Charles is 5'5", 3'4", and Constantine is 5'5", 2'5". I need the same amount of heads for either one. Okay, good to know. Which one would you expertise? Or should I start upgrading my other legendaries that are 5'5", 1'1"? I advocate for focus over variety. And so I would expertise one of them. And between the two, also, by the way, they're so close to expertise that I think you should expertise. Between the two, I'm going to lean really heavily to Constantine. Constantine comes from Mighty Governor rather than Gold Keys, which is where you're going to get your Charles Martel. So I'm going to say focusing on your Constantine first. Comes from Mighty Governor, so you're not going to waste sculptures unless you go out for another Mighty Governor. And you're going to get a lot of value there. There you go. Constantine is the answer. And I believe we have a new $4 super chat on its way in. And it is a super mug full of what I'll say is chocolate tea, but it's probably coffee. Thank you, Killer Kane, for the $4 super chat. And if you're enjoying this video, by the way, consider dropping a like and subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We are a sponsored creator in Rise of Kingdoms, and we also just love the heck out of playing this game. I mean, we spend way too much time playing if we didn't love it. Oh my god. Chisgule, who should I use for my Shadow Legion? Charles 5333 and Esong 5541. Yeah, use those. Don't use your Sun Tzu. Your Charles Esong is going to be better than your Sun Tzu. Best way to upgrade commanders. Boy, I would check out... That's their name, by the way. Boy, I just am saying it in the way that it looks in my head. I see. Anyways. Go check out the video that I did recently. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see if I can find the question. I got so caught up in saying boy really funny that I actually legitimately forgot what the question was. Son of a gun. Whatever. The answer to your question was in a recent video, but if you want to ask it again, I'll answer it again. Oh my god. Victory Charge Attack Tree. Never understood the concept of the talent. Me either. Victory Charge is a weird one. We can look at that after we finish the Ram Wheel. Do you have any Greek players in your Kingdom or Alliance? Pretty sure that we do. Thanks everyone that helped find the question. Thanks, Easy Work and Chisgule. You're welcome, Lewis C. My general guidance is to focus on commanders that you cannot get other ways for free with your universal legendary commander sculptures. So avoid investing in the gold key commanders when you have an equal and exceptional option in a non-gold key commander. All right. Chat is saying boy over and over, although I don't know what their question was still. Oh my god, that's really funny. All right, one more Ram sculpture and 5 more spins. These are the final spins for this run of Ramses, and likely to be our last run of Ramses. In this set of spins, we got the 8 spot only once, so we are way less than average for the number of 8 spots we would have expected to get. But you know what? That's okay. I'll take the sculptures I got. What is the best wheel commander? YSG. Esong is the best wheel commander, in my opinion, although Alexander the Great is a beast. How many gems do you recommend spending on VIP? Enough to get to the next level if you're really close. And I know that really didn't answer your question exactly, but... All right, I'll go to VIP. That notification was for nothing. Also, is there fighting? Yes, 258 has surged forward. If you're like 10,000 VIP away from the next level, and the next level is like VIP 10, and you're going to get a gold sculpture every day, like, yeah, that's worth spending gems on because you're really close and you're going to start getting good stuff. I love you, Blunder, honestly. You truly are a genuine person. Thank you, Groggy. Unless someone else's name was Blunder Honest. Oh, honestly. Yes, indeed. I did blunder very honestly. I was literally so busy saying boy and then defending why I was saying it that way that I forgot the question. And it hasn't even resurfaced. I can't even find it. It's just gone. It's just gone forever. Maybe that's the name we need to apply to questions that I forget. Like I just boy on a question. It's like I got caught up in something else and I forgot it. That's like boying on a question. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's just weird. Who should I pair with Osman? Probably Sun Tzu will be the best pick. Osman makes for a really good secondary to Khan because Khan's got the crazy rage engine. Osman's third skill is going to do 400 damage factor every time an active skill is used. That's for the primary commander and the secondary commander. So Osman is going to do really good work with anybody who generates boatloads of rage. How's that for an answer? Boy said, what is the best way to upgrade commanders? The question has resurfaced. The prodigal question has returned. Oh my god. Okay, so today's video. It was today's video, but I technically, spoiler alert, I actually filmed it like 2 days ago. But in today's video, we talked about how to skill up each commander and when it is better than an epic. So today's video, legendary versus epic is the thumbnail, is what you want to watch. That's what you want to watch. Okay, so this is all going down. We're at the ruins, paying no attention whatsoever, which is really silly of me. But we brought T4, so that's like kind of a fine choice. And they're not here. And I honestly think it just makes sense. Given that they have to burn teleports, like I just don't think fighting over these makes any sense at all at this point. And I just, when you're marking up your territory, like you really need to think about how you're going to get around different parts of the map. Easy work, $5 super chat. Hopefully next KvK is better because this KvK feels like Farmville. I appreciate your $5 super chat, and I think, can I tell you something? This KvK, it does feel a little like Farmville, but wouldn't we, and keep me honest, but wouldn't you say that this new KvK format profoundly benefits free-to-play players? Doesn't this new KvK format profoundly benefit free-to-play players? Like, not even a little, but a lot? Hear me out on this. Hear me out. The new KvK format is the jam for free-to-play players because it rewards doing things that get you value anyways, like barbing, and it gives you huge amounts of time and opportunity to go do a ton of farming. Even if you lose KvK, you get like at least double the amount of time you were going to get before. And it's good for free to play because you can only bring one march to these ruins. So, like, our alliance, even though I think this format is more fun and I like single marches to the ruins, it profoundly hinders the Smash Squad. Profoundly. Because, like, dude, if you thought my one march was good, I got 4 more just like it, but I can only bring 1 at a time. You see what I mean? So this, I think, is actually really free-to-play friendly because it's a lot easier to have 1 good march as a free-to-play rather than 5. And I can't bring my 5, I have to pick 1. And sure, okay, I'm bringing 2 and putting 1 at the pass and I swap it out. But it's like much more free-to-play friendly than the old format was. Which I'm cool with it. And I'm a big spender. This disadvantages me, and I'm saying I'm cool with it. And the other thing I'll say that people are maybe disregarding about this Light and Darkness KvK is that it's a lot easier to get honor. Like, it's a million times easier to get honor. So if you go into Light and Darkness and you look at the honor roll, no, the Crusader achievements, it's so much easier to get honor. I have already completed the 135 or 155,000 honor needed right over here to get the maximum legendary commander sculptures. So again, this is even better for free-to-play players, in my opinion, than the old format was. So I think that the way that they're staging the fighting and the way that this works, honestly, I'm digging it. And I get that the other people are like kind of out for blood sooner. But the way that the other KvK works, Season 1 and Season 2, is that basically as soon as the competing alliances kind of clash with each other, it's going to be over in a day or 2. Maybe 4. Maybe. So I kind of like this. How do you get honor now? You get honor the same way, but as you battle barbarians, you get, some number of these little coins that are all the way in the upper right of my screen. You get some number of these coins when you battle barbarians, and when you donate the coins, it gives you honor. But it also, just like when you donate to your alliance technology, can crit. And the thing that's so insane is that not only are you getting honor from this, but if it crits, you get the crit amount not only of the research points, which are over here, but you also get the crit for honor. So if you crit 1,000, that's a 10x multiplier. For killing some tiny number of barbs, you just got 1,000 extra honor. It's unbelievably easy to get honor. So I really do think that this format of KvK is extremely free-to-play friendly. It tries to minimize the chance of a complete blowout. It delays the time in which you could get completely shut out of Kingdom versus Kingdom substantially. I honestly am a big fan of this format. I think that it benefits free-to-play players. And I don't know. How's that for an answer? Is that maybe too much on that topic? Is that enough on that topic? Wait, how did circles open for you? Sanctuaries didn't open here? You must be on a different schedule than us. By the way the that you get honor is you're battling these barbs, and you can see it tells you the number of Saluna coins here. Stay as Britain or change to Ottoman for Alliance Archers Rally Leader. Definitely switch to Ottoman. The special unit doesn't matter. It's the 5% skill damage on Ottoman that you really wanted. Boy from the Dreams, thank you for being a member of the channel and rocking those hype emojis. Bada boom. BT Secret says, I have 155,000 honor points as a free-to-play. Good crits. See, there you go. Easy peasy. Let's go look at the commanders here. What's the best secondary for buy bars? Probably Sun Tzu at the epic tier. Pelagius is also good, but I assume you're bringing Bybars because you want to do AoE damage. So that's why I think Sun Tzu would be a good pick there. I'm going to work on this skill over here, reducing skill damage taken and a proc for archer attack and march speed bonus. We're going to rock that in here, bada boom. We picked up about, I want to say like 20, 28 sculptures, something like that, between 20 and 30, which is not bad considering we got 0 8 spots in those spins. Which secondary is best with Bybars? Oh, I answered that. All right. Best early game lineup for Sunset Canyon pre-Esong? Pre-Esong? That's crazy. Pre-Esong, you're going to want to have Ethelfled. You're going to want to have a Sun Tzu in the mix, an Olgi in the mix. You're going to want to have Boudica in the mix, Joan of Arc for sure. I mean, there's a lot of commanders that you want to run around with. All right. Unless your kingdom just rewards hard spenders and fighters to the best rewards in first occupation of the ruins. So what I will say is for the big rewards, what our kingdom does, and I'm honestly surprised sort of that more kingdoms don't do this because I think it just makes so much sense. What our kingdom does is we're going to look at the number of kills, and maybe there's more RZ fighting going on that we can watch. Maybe we got more fighting to watch. Yeah, we do. We're going to look at the kills. We're going to look at the deaths. And we're going to look at power changes. And looking at all these different things, we're going to assess who made the biggest contributions and reward those players. If we win. If we win. Even if we lose, I guess you can sort of reward people, but it doesn't matter what alliance you were in. Like, we're going to move people around. Like, if you contribute, you get rewarded. There's no slackers. No slackers. Holy cow, how did you get 1,300 gold heads? Max, glad you asked that question. We recently did a video that talks about all the different ways that you can get legendary commander sculptures. I would highly recommend that you check that out. It will have a detailed rundown of literally all of the events that can get you set up with those legendary commander sculptures. Damn, Chisgule, you need a barber. Well, it's COVID protocol, gosh darn it. It's COVID protocol, and I don't know. I debated if we should have, like, as a live stream, like, have my hair get cut. And I thought it would be kind of cool to do the haircut of like one of the commanders in Rise of Kingdoms, but I don't know, it seems kind of crazy. You all wouldn't watch that, would you? You wouldn't watch that. Can I win legendary sculptures in the Mightiest Governor if I'm free to play? Bad Bones 360, I would not get your heart set on it. I think you can win some sculptures, but don't try to get first. I don't think that's a thing. That is not a thing. We all need barbers right now. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, man. Don't forget victory charge in the attack tree. Ruben, I got your back. You got my back. All right, here we go. Victory charge in the attack tree. When armies led by this commander defeat an army, excluding garrisons. Okay, that's important. Attack is increased by upwards of 10. Is it 10%? Is it 6% for the next 10 seconds? When is Victory Charge good? Victory Charge is good in the early game in Rise of Kingdoms if you are a big spender and you're like beating down that person and beating down that person and beating... It's like, it's really just a mega whale talent. I haven't seen a situation where you'd use it otherwise. I haven't seen it, a situation where you'd want to use that otherwise. Cut my hair like Cao Cao's? How's Cao Cao's hair look? Oh, gosh. Interesting. Cut it like that, huh? The problem with this haircut is that I would need to really grow my eyebrows. Which, like, There's not actually a thing that I can do. But my eyebrows need to be like 2x as big to pull off that look. When will you actually use your legendary heads? Literally before the final pass opens to Kingsland. People still want to see my fridge. Oh my god. Can we use Khan as a 5-1-1-1 as a secondary? I really would max the second skill before you try to use Khan. I really would try to max the second skill. But check out my video yesterday where I addressed that directly. That talent would apply in Sunset Canyon? Yeah, but like, is it worth 3 talent points? I don't know. Chisgule, is Joan of Arc and Richard good together? Joan of Arc and Richard good together? Yeah, they're good. You want to use Richard as the primary. I thought Joan of Arc would be better, but Richard is better as the primary. The wheel is already done, my friends. The wheel we have already done. We ended up with a bunch of sculptures of Ramses. I think 20 or 30, somewhere in that realm. And here's where we landed. 552. So if somebody wants to be a pal and do the math real quick on the number of legendary commander sculptures I need to max him, it's still a lot of sculptures. It's still a whole heck of a lot of sculptures. I mean, it's like 450 plus sculptures. We did not make out very well on the Wheel of Fortune. As it turns out, it was the Wheel of Not So Fortune for me. Best secondary epic with Pelagia's primary? I mean, Sun Tzu is going to be the best, but Baibars would be pretty good too. Baz, thank you for the $2 super chat, reminding people to smash the like button. Indeed, if you are enjoying this live stream, consider smashing the like button and subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. This is the tip of the iceberg before all the good stuff happens in Kingsland. You're not going to want to miss it. Which legendary are you going to use your universals on? Don't know yet. Or do I? Couldn't tell you. You want to find out? Subscribe, and you'll see it in action in Kingsland for sure. Hey, Chisgule, what do you think of Lilith starting KvK Season 4 a month in advance of the 1300s kingdoms? We're caught completely unprepared. So, I don't know. Danielle Maturo is referring to the following. The people who just did Light and Darkness Season 3 are now entering into Light and Darkness Season 4, and they only had 1 month of downtime. How do I feel about that? I feel like if the reward is the same, I mean, I guess you may as well get it out of the, I don't want to say get it out of the way, but going into another KvK gives you something to do. I mean, people always complain about how boring it is between KvKs, but I think it is going to kind of change the dynamic. Like, you can't send quite as many troops to die. If, KvK is a month later, holy jeez. It took me, after the last KvK, I mean, when did that end? February? So it took me at least 2 months to get back to my former levels of power, and then a little bit more. And it took a long time. So, I don't know. If they make these really fast, back to back to back to back, people are going to have to really think more closely about how they're using their troops. That is for sure. Chat is throwing me some blessings. Thank you. Thank you. Should I go for the castle or VIP 12? Probably VIP 12 if you're really close to it. Because VIP 12, I mean, there's some good stuff going on in VIP 12, starting with the extra legendary commander sculpture every day. That seems really good to me. You also get AP recovery, research speed, and troop defense, which also seems really good to me. I don't know. I'm kind of a fan. And these guys, still fighting. Respect. It's not boring when you have Civil War. Oh, God. Civil War. Why? Using victory charge for Attila when rallying the flag and getting swarmed. Huh. Ruben, I like the way you think. I like the way you think. That's a funny one. If you really were counting on people swarming you, would it be worthwhile to have victory charge? I mean, interesting. Huh. It's only a 10-second buff? I don't know. I don't know. You could carve off some points to do it. You could carve off some points to do it. Like these 3, 4, 5. Like, I don't know. But I don't want to cut these off. I really don't want to cut those off. So there's like 5 easy points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you need 1, 2, 3. You need 6 more points. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. How about that? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure on that one. I think it's cute, but maybe not good. Chisgule, what should change if my marches are Sun Tzu, Olgi, Pelagius, Baibars, Kusunoki, Herman, Ethelflaed? Oh my gosh, I can't. I can't even. That question is too detailed. That question is too detailed. What do you think about Saladin Esong for KvK Season 3 Ancient Ruins? Yeah. I use Saladin Esong right now. It's very good. Saladin Esong is very good. Chisgule, did you feel that this KvK started very fast? Because the previous one was toward the end of February. I feel like I didn't have enough time to prepare. I think it was pretty fast. I think I like very candidly, I felt more ready in part because a couple people had kind of left the game and they said, Chisgule, here's my resources, which was very lovely of them. So I felt more ready from a resource standpoint because of that. I always had victory charge with my Attila. Really? Groggy always had victory charge with his Attila. No kidding. I mean, there's a bunch of valid builds out there for Attila Takeda people. There's a bunch of valid builds. There are a bunch of valid builds. I mean, it'd be interesting to get Last Stand. This is an interesting one. But you can't use your skill attacks. I don't know. Now I'm really intrigued. Who the heck knows? All kinds of builds for Attila. And that's the beauty and complexity of talent trees, people. Where is the haircut stream? Gosh darn it. Is KvK2 more about cavalry or infantry? In my opinion, I'm going to say infantry. My way of thinking is because swarming Attila Takeda is deadly, and having that buff on, if applicable, will make the rally even more dangerous. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hey, Chisgule, is investing gems in VIP 14 early more beneficial than spending gems in wheels for a middle spender? Depends on how many gems we're talking about. Depends on how many gems you're talking about. I do think it's good to use gems on VIP, but only for crucial thresholds. So if you're only like VIP 12 and you're like, should I gem to VIP 14? Probably not. That's a little early, but I will say that if you are working on your VIP and you're going to be spending pretty big, you're going to need to level up your castle, and there's Books of the Covenant in here if you're getting Hannibal Barca for the early game. So that's one reason why it is advantageous to get your VIP level up pretty high pretty quickly. Most people get to VIP 14 and already no longer need the Books of the Covenant, which is kind of a bummer. Piyush Goyal, check out my KvK playlist that addresses exactly what you're looking for. What's better, VIP 10 or Castle 25? Depends on how close you are to VIP 10, but I'm inclined to say VIP 10. So you have it going nearly the whole time. What's going on, Deathstroke? How are you? I don't know what the first half of your comment is in regards to, but Chis, could you... Oh, yes, I already answered that question. Is donating gems to rebuild the Crusader Fort good value? I have heard differing opinions. I have done it before, and I felt like it was pivotal to my being able to have control over my experience gaining honor. The control that I had is that I converted my gems into action point potions, and I could use that whenever I wanted. A strategy that other people take is to use the same amount of gems, but to drain all of their action points and then use the gems on refreshes. Strictly speaking, that is probably the more efficient way to go for spending your gems. But the downside of that is that you need to do it on like every single day, gemming up your AP spend. Devious, thank you for the $3 Australian super chat. Top of the morning to you too. Thank you for that super chat. Much appreciated. Whew. Is super chat not working? It should be working. Should be working just fine. Nice. Aethel Sun Tzu or Ethel Barca for Sunset. Probably use Ethel Barca and then put your Sun Tzu somewhere else because you can. Whereas Barca is pretty constrained to the number of places you can use them. When do I think will be the next More Than Gems event? Probably in like a month and a half, I want to say. Is Hannibal any good? Only in the early game. Deathstroke says, hey man, I'm good. How about you? I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. What I meant is you could use your alt account. Wow. Send 10k troops at the Attila Takeda rally and activate victory charge every 10 seconds. Wow. That's something. Talk about a micro optimization. I like it. I like it. I have a max level Sun Tzu and Martel. They're both expertise, while Martel's on the defense and garrison talents. Sun Tzu is with your son. Okay, hold on. Holy jeez. This question is very detailed. Primary commander for a garrison should have garrison talents. So whichever one you're not using as a primary in Canyon, use them as the primary for your garrison. Or, honestly, like in my restart project, I use my Sun Tzu as a primary because it's one of my highest level commanders, even though I have a lot of garrison talents, for what it's worth. For what it's worth. Victory charge is also good for Sunset. That's surprising. 1457 is having a civil war right now? What? Where are those coordinates at? I saw coordinates earlier. Civil War coordinates. All right, Doglio T's got the hookup. All right, hold on. Civil War? I love a good Civil War. I love a good Civil War. That's crazy. 1457. I mean, a Civil War means that you would rather have a disagreement with other people in your kingdom than win against other kingdoms in KvK. I mean, that's juicy AF. That is juicy AF. What do we got going on here? Ooh. Flag burning. Not a lot of action. Just some good old-fashioned burning. They're burning the purple flag, and wow. I mean, look at all these alliances here. There's an orange alliance, and all their stuff seems okay. A lot of bubbled cities. Ooh, somebody's farm got wrecked. I mean, like, the crazy thing about original Kingdom Wars is that, like, your city's never safe. Like, never safe. You have to bubble. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, like, look, this guy's getting hit. Oh, man. 29 million power. Kusunoki's a good pick. Who's the secondary? Who's the secondary on this wall? It doesn't even matter because this guy's got T5 or higher level commanders. Wow. Or this guy's already zeroed. Hard to say. I mean, the Kusunoki was great for the AoE, but man, I think they're going to get zeroed here. How many deads do they have? Ooh, 563,000. Oh, they teleported. Woo! Man. It's an 83 million power T5 player. That was just like, excuse me, get off my lawn. Wow. All right. All right. Civil War. That shit's crazy. 1.5 million dead. Respect. Respect. All right. What do we got here? 602 and 599. Search. What now? A flag? Okay. I don't really know who's fighting. I guess they're trying to fight for the Lost Temple? I mean, kingdoms have fought for the Lost Temple in the past. It's just such a savage building to fight for. It's literally 100% dead for the offense and the defense. Ooh, baby. Lost Temple control is savage. Does your kingdom zero everyone at the end of KvK? No. No, not really, though. Not really. Well, people made that mistake in the last KvK, and ooh, a rally. Wu Zetian defending with Isong. Uh-oh. Archers defending against cavalry. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Oh, baby. Look at this. We got some spice up in here. Holy jeez. So it's the @ alliance on... Whose flag is this? It's the @ is on the defense. Okay. Interested in seeing like 2 to 3 days of... Yeah, Deathstroke. Send them to me in Discord, please. Opinion on max attack tree for Alexander. I don't think it's a thing. Man, it's so crazy in Original Kingdom Wars. Like, everyone can teleport everywhere except on Alliance territory belonging to another alliance. Also, what's going on here? The rally didn't stop. What? What happened? Well, I don't know. This has been going on all day, says boy from the dreams. Wow, that's crazy. I do see troops are going somewhere into here. Why don't I see the rally? Is the rally gone? Disbanded, perhaps? Weird. Super weird. Man. Let's go look at our South Sao over here. We are about to do ruins. 32 minutes till it kicks off. And I might need to force quit to see territory. No, I can see it. All right, no combat planned over here. And a few people here. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Who owns this? Okay, we do. Cool. Cool, fam. I think for now, we're going to head out. If you enjoyed this live stream where we spun Ramses, where we looked at a bunch of fighting, where we took a level 7 pass, then consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms content. We'll be back tomorrow with more of the good stuff. Until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.